A gunshot cracks through the cold December air. A teenage girl collapses beside a quiet lover's lane in Northern California. Her date is already on the ground, bleeding into the gravel. The attacker walks toward them calmly. No rush, no panic, just measured footsteps in the dark. He leans down, and then he leaves. By the time the sirens arrive, the killer is gone, swallowed by the night. But this wasn't just another murder. It was the opening move in a game the entire country would soon be forced to play. Because weeks later, 3 newspapers in the Bay Area receive letters. Not confessions, challenges. And at the bottom of each one is a strange symbol, a circle with a cross through it. The author gives himself a name, Zodiac. It's 1968. Northern California feels safe, suburban, predictable. Teenagers park in quiet areas overlooking city lights. Police expect robberies, maybe domestic disputes, not calculated execution-style shootings. But what happened that December night wasn't random. It was controlled, precise. The boy dies, the girl survives. Why leave a witness? That question would haunt investigators for years. 7 months later, another couple parks near a golf course in Vallejo. A man approaches their car with a flashlight. They assume he's a police officer. He isn't. Gunshots explode inside the vehicle. This time, the killer makes a mistake. He calls the police himself. Calm, monotone, detached. I want to report a double murder. He provides details only the killer would know. Why would a murderer hand police evidence on a silver platter? Because he didn't want to escape unnoticed. He wanted attention. And that's when the letters begin. 3 newspapers receive nearly identical envelopes. Inside each, a piece of a cipher, strange symbols arranged in tight rows. Alongside it, a demand. Print this on your front page, or I will kill again. The press complies. Within days, a high school teacher and his wife crack the code. The message reads like a manifesto. I like killing people because it is so much fun. Fun. He claims he's collecting slaves for the afterlife. He says he will never reveal his name because then police would stop him. But buried inside the message is something else. A promise. I will go on a kill rampage. Was he bluffing? Or was this just the beginning? September 1969. Lake Berryessa. Broad daylight. A couple relaxes near the water when a man approaches wearing an executioner-style hood, black fabric covering his face, the same cross-circle symbol stitched onto his chest. This time, he doesn't shoot immediately. He talks, calm, almost polite. He claims he's an escaped convict. He needs their car. He needs money. It's a lie. He binds them with pre-cut rope, and then he stabs them. Slowly, deliberately. Why change the method? Why shift from distant gunshots to intimate violence? The answer may reveal more about who Zodiac really was. After the attack, he walks to the victim's car and writes on the door in black marker. Dates, locations, a running score. He's keeping track. But the most chilling detail? He signs it. Zodiac. For the first time, police have a physical description, a survivor, witnesses. They are closer than ever, and yet they still miss him. October 11th, 1969. A cab driver picks up a passenger in downtown San Francisco. Ordinary call, routine fare. Minutes later, neighbors hear a gunshot. The driver slumps over the wheel. The killer tears away a piece of the victim's bloody shirt. Police respond immediately. And here's where the story twists. Officers spot a white male walking away from the scene. They question him briefly and let him go. Why? Because the dispatch description mistakenly says the suspect is black. A simple communication error. One moment, one misunderstanding, and the Zodiac slips through their fingers. Days later, a letter arrives at the San Francisco Chronicle. Inside, a piece of the cab driver's shirt. Proof. He had been there. He had stood within reach of police and walked away. Imagine knowing that. Imagine carrying that mistake. The murders slow down. The letters don't. Zodiac begins threatening school buses. I could shoot out the front tire and pick off the kiddies as they come bouncing out. America is now watching. Parents panic. Children are escorted to class. Police guard buses. Was he serious? Or was psychological warfare his real weapon? Another cipher arrives, longer, more complex. This one remains unsolved for decades. Why create puzzles that might never be cracked? Unless the puzzle isn't the point. Unless confusion is. Over the years, investigators zero in on one man, Arthur Lee Allen. He wears a Zodiac brand watch with the same cross-circle logo. He makes disturbing comments about wanting to hunt people. He's identified by acquaintances, but fingerprints don't match. Handwriting analysis is inconclusive. DNA years later doesn't confirm him. Was Allen Zodiac, or was he a convenient villain in a case desperate for closure? Each almost fits. Each almost matches, but never completely. The real Zodiac remains just out of focus, like a shadow you can see, but never catch. By the mid-1970s, the confirmed killings stop. The letters taper off. The Bay Area exhales, cautiously. Did he die? Did he move? Did he simply get bored? Or did he continue, unidentified, unrecognized, blending into ordinary life? Because that may be the most disturbing possibility of all. What if Zodiac wasn't a monster hiding in the darkness? What if he was the man standing in line behind you at the grocery store? In 2020, a team of amateur codebreakers finally cracks the infamous 340-character cipher. For half a century, it had taunted investigators. The message reveals no name, no confession of identity, just more psychological games. I am not afraid of the gas chamber. Even decades later, he controls the narrative. He denies being caught. He mocks authority. He keeps the mystery alive. Officially, the Zodiac Killer is responsible for 5 confirmed murders. He claimed dozens more. Some believe he exaggerated. Some believe he undercounted. No definitive arrest, no trial, no final confession. Just letters, symbols, and a city that learned what it feels like to be hunted by someone who doesn't just want to kill. He wants to be remembered. And here we are, still saying his name, still trying to solve a puzzle he designed not to be solved. The Zodiac didn't just commit murder. He engineered fear. And nearly 60 years later, he's still winning. Because the most terrifying part of this story isn't how he killed. It's how completely he vanished. And the question that refuses to die, who was he, and how close did we come to stopping him?